All right, let's see if you know it. How much protein should you eat?
Was it 2 per kilogram of body weight? 2. Is that wrong?
I thought it was 0.7 to 1. 0.7 to 1.
Yeah,
Yeah, that sounds right.
0.7 to 1 of per pound of body weight. Now you might be on the kilograms because there's also a measurement with kilograms, but I don't know. I don't know if it's what did you say? 0.2 or
No,
2?
just 2. I thought it was like 2 times kilogram.
Because kilograms is less than pounds, right?
Yeah.
So you could be right. If it's 1 per pound, then 2 per kilogram would be right because it's 2.2 to 1. Sorry, I'm a math nerd.
Hey, that's great. So the second one is going to be, how long should I rest in between workouts?
I'm not going to answer this because you just told me the other day, Monday.
That's a good question. Okay.
I don't know either.
What is it? 24 hours?
24. We talked about, what did you say, at least 4 hours in between workouts?
Yeah, but I should have worded it better. I meant rest in between each workout.
Oh, each workout.
Each set.
Oh, like 90 seconds?
Yeah, look at you.
Well, it depends on the workout. That's what I was going to say. It could be 30 seconds up to 90 seconds up to 3 minutes or 5 minutes, depending on what it is.
Okay.
Let's see.
These are good questions.
What should you eat before and after a workout?
Protein and carbs?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's very important before and after a workout, especially to prevent any soreness. If you want to be less sore, eat more carbs and protein after. Helps spread the nutrients faster. Now, should you stretch before and after a workout?
Yes.
Very well. Yeah.
Yes.
If the question is, do you? Yeah, that's a different answer.
Especially before a workout, it's best to not stretch like crazy, but after workout, you can stretch as long as you want. Because if you do it too long before a workout, it could make you feel weaker and be weaker. Isn't that crazy?
Oh,
That is
I
crazy.
didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, to be just enough. But after, the more you do, the better. Now, how many days a week should someone work out for weights and cardio? What is the minimum?
Yeah.
I mean, I have a guess, but I don't know it.
Well, cardio, shouldn't that be daily? Like 30 minutes daily, something like that?
Well, your activity level should be up, but Ravon said 3 times possibly with weights. Yeah. And it's minimum at least an hour a week.
Oh, okay.
That's very low.
At least an hour.
Yeah,
For
for
3 days.
absolute minimum. If someone's going to do 3 days of resistance training
Then you have to do an hour.
and then an hour of cardio during the week. So how you
Mm.
ever going to split that up? So 3 days of 20 minutes. And then after a resistance training, and really there's a recommendation of resistance training was 30 minutes or more
Wait, 20 minutes total
for
for
cardio.
3 days?
Yeah, 3 days for the cardio.
Oh,
Or
So
if they
that's
split up more.
not that much.
No, not bad.
Mhm.
And then resistance training, at least 30 minutes, 3 times a day or more, ideally more, really. And you guys are feeling the results of it being a lot more.
That's not unrealistic. When you think about somebody that hasn't started or is just getting started, it's not like a outrageous amount. So
Yeah, no, it's not. It really isn't. But you know what's crazy? To some people, that's like Mount Everest. It's
Yeah.
crazy, but it's good because they once they get started, they're able to at least get that win
Mhm.
and then continue going from there.
I thought 30 minutes used to be a long time, like never ending.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Like I'm gonna die 15 minutes in.
Definitely go, go, go. But let's see. Now, how many hours should you wait till eating before bed?
Depends what time you go to bed, I guess. So is it 2? 3.
I was gonna say 2.
2 is stuck in my head for some reason.
Ideally, 2 or more before going to bed.
Okay.
It's kind of, I don't know, have you guys experienced that, like eating right before bed or at least even within the 2 hour window? Or do you guys do really good at eating way before bed?
Now we do much better, but when we were training with you at night, it was super close.
Hard.
Especially when we were leaving LA Fitness at like 8 o'clock and then get home and scarf food quick and go to bed. But I can feel it. Like I don't sleep well if I eat right before I go to bed.
You too?
Like I just feel huge the next day. Like nothing gets digested overnight if I eat and then I go right to bed. I just like have to wait a little bit. And then I wake up nauseous too, like if I do that. Because like you really notice the difference. Because when I stopped eating too late, then I would wake up and my stomach was like really flat. And I was like, oh, this was the key.
That happens because of acid reflux. So when you eat and then you go to bed, your body naturally has more acid reflux and you can't. That's why you wake up feeling sick.
Oh, yeah. Well, Ravine used to have bad acid reflux.
Well, I
don't know if you
still
have- you
do actually.
Really?
So
Oh,
that is, yeah, it definitely depends on like what I eat before bed too.
really?
Like
Oh,
it can't be high fat. I'll feel sick.
Mm.
But yeah, just like eating more light stuff before bed, I notice like it'll get digested a lot better.
Yeah, like what? What do you like to
Veggies.
eat?
I need to eat meat. Fruit.
Yeah, you do eat your salads and stuff.
Yeah, I like salad a lot for bed, like or like at night. That's probably my favorite go-to meal, or like a soup. I'll probably have soup tonight.
That sounds good.
Does
Oh,
sound,
wow.
does sound good.
Now, is eating breakfast important? That is the last one, the 7th one.
Yeah. I find when I have mornings and I eat breakfast that has protein in it, and then I feel good the rest of the day. If I don't, then I always feel like my body's like catching up and I'm moodier if I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Same here. I feel like if I don't prepare well to eat, I feel like my energy is just crashed. And then when I eat, like it's not helping now because my energy is already done. I'm like, oh snap. But when I prepare my meals and I get my calories high in the morning, that's when I feel like really good and energized. You know,
Yeah, that's
I
interesting.
think I did a really good job today.
I used to like never eat breakfast,
Mhm.
and then when I thought there was something wrong with my metabolism, I started like eating like first thing in the morning. And I don't know, like eating frequent meals but less, like really sped it up pretty quick.
It's good.
That's true. Yeah.
That is true because if you eat like 3 huge meals, you feel like ugh.
Well, I hope you guys don't mind this being recorded. I
All
just
good.
mentioned it. All good. Would it be okay if this is also posted for people who may have missed it?
Yeah, that's
I don't,
fine.
yeah, I don't care.
Okay, because I'm gonna just continue the show, and I'm gonna go with Ravon's interview first. Because we already did the frequently asked questions first, and now we're going to do Ravon's interview, and then Bethany, you'll explain your experience. So, Ravon, what was the heaviest weight before you started going on your fitness journey?
163.
163.
Mm-hmm.
And how did that feel for you?
Horrible and embarrassing.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Why is that?
I just like never had seen that on the scale ever in
Mm-hmm.
my entire life. And I
Mhm.
did not look like myself. I didn't feel like myself.
Yeah, that wasn't easy, huh?
Mm-mm.
Mhm. Now, how much weight did you lose?
35 pounds.
That's a good amount of weight. What was your
Mhm.
lightest weight at the end of your cut, so to speak?
127.
127.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good. Wow, that's crazy. Hmm.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to get there?
Maybe like 9 months.
9 months. Well, that's a
Mhm.
good amount of time.
From like January, I started. I don't know.
Wait.
Well, probably less than.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, I
Oh,
forget that. Well, actually, I even started in February, I feel, because we had a trip in January that I ate bad.
Yeah, you're right. Hmm.
So I would say more February till now. So it didn't take super long.
Oh, but you did a great job. I mean, you even lost. You saw your goal. I want to say like even a month or two back.
Yeah,
The 127.
yeah,
Mhm.
I did. Because right now I'm at like 130,
That's
but
good.
that's fine. Yeah.
Now, let's talk about what did you do to lose the weight?
Consistent workouts. So
Mhm.
I did 4 days a week,
Mhm.
and then just making sure that everything I ate, I was like, before I ate it, thinking about if this was a clean meal to eat,
Mhm.
and how much protein it had, because protein was not something that I really liked to eat. So I had to really be conscious of it.
Mhm. Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you have to increase your protein. You make sure you saw every meal. And you know, it's impressive because she did it without really tracking. She just did it by per meal.
Yeah.
Just ate more frequently. She made sure it had protein, and it became more intuitive for her.
Because I wanted to create a lifestyle and not restrict anything. Because I knew that if I did, it just wouldn't have worked out. And I knew that tracking for me would not have worked out, but it does for people.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Now, let's talk about the workouts. I remember you telling me before it was not easy to even get started. Let's talk about that.
Like in the morning, I just had to force myself to get my workouts in because I just knew I had to do it, but I did not have like a passion for working out anymore. And I wasn't motivated. So I just worked out in pajamas and then just got my workout done for the day. I had no motivation at all.
How tough was it for you mentally during those workouts?
It was super hard. I like cried through a lot of workouts just to get them done. And I just felt like it was going to go nowhere, but I pushed through.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, it is crazy.
How many workouts do you think you did before it felt like it actually went somewhere?
Like months.
Months. A good amount of months.
Yeah, I saw no like results for a long time, but I knew that my goal for workouts was just to feel better and have a better lifestyle. So I didn't have like the goal of losing weight in mind. I was just hoping that it would happen eventually.
So your mindset was more or less like
A
focusing on lifestyle, more health, and then the results just happened.
Yeah. I kind of knew that they would happen if I was doing all the right things, but it was just hard, the patience, because it wasn't automatic.
So what helped you push through? With that, you seeing nothing, but you're pushing really hard.
I think because I was starting to feel better, at least health-wise.
Okay.
So that was like the motivation. And then when I saw the weight started to drop, was even more motivation, like months later.
That's pretty cool. That's really cool. Let's see. How did your workouts change during How did it progress for you?
Well, I started weight training and adding more weight once things got easy. So I kept pushing myself. So I started off with like a really low weight or just resistance training. And then I was like, this is not really doing much for me during the workout. So I had to like increase it mid-workout. And I feel like that's what got me to the results faster, is because I really pushed myself and to failure, like you said.
That's pretty much it. And that she did. She did a really good job. Because I remember her coming out with the heavier dumbbells. She's like, I'm grabbing these now, you know. I was like, oh snap. Yes, that's pretty dope. And you know what? She did it all on her own as well. Just the motivation to first push. I remember she did like workouts that she at least enjoyed. It was still hard, but Pilates, and it hit.
Because I loved cardio. So that was like, the weights was definitely something to get used to. But I noticed like it was motivating to see the shape come in more with weights. And it helped my muscles like feel better and stronger.
Agreed. So now, how was having a mental image of your goals important for you?
Because I picked, I guess, people that I knew that my body could look like, because I had been like fit my whole life. So I just knew like I could achieve what I wanted. So I made like a little Pinterest board of what I wanted to look like, and also old pictures of myself that I just did not look like that anymore. So that was like definitely the motivation. I pictured how I wanted to look and what I wanted to achieve. And I'm still working towards that. But I'm definitely like lost all the weight that I had wanted to ideally.
Yeah, we always have to have a continual goal, right? All about progress no matter what. Or where, you know, it's
because
always
the
great to have
weights
goals.
is really new for me still.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I'm
you're
like
gonna be learning.
building muscle, trying to at least.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's really cool. Now, how was cutting alcohol essential for this weight loss?
I think mainly it would make me unproductive the next day. So like I wouldn't work out. Like I would just be tired and not fully myself or motivated, as I would not drinking. And then also my face was very inflamed from it, and my like stomach and gut health was completely destroyed from it. And just like mental clarity, I just could not really like think about my fitness or like eating clean, especially like drinking the day before or something. Like the last thing you would want to do is eat healthy.
Yeah. That was good that we put out.
Yeah.
Especially with the effects of alcohol, of it putting things in the back burner when you eat at that time.
Oh yeah, that
And
too.
then
Like I
trying to-
felt like my workouts were a complete waste. So I wanted my workouts to, I don't know, like the nutrition and the workouts go together.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Like despite working out, you felt like drinking alcohol just made it.
Yeah, like just no point.
I see.
For me at least, because I tried like low calorie and no calorie alcohol, and same thing. My weight just was not falling off.
I see. Now, how was your focusing on gut health was important to you? How did it help?
I think a lot of probiotics helped counteract the bad bacteria in my stomach. So I craved a lot of healthy things after I got my gut health right.
So probiotics, and you also did what else?
And it also helps you like increase energy because your food is being used in a different way. So I was needing a lot less caffeine, or like having to rely on it.
What else do you take for it?
Like for gut health, kombucha yogurts,
Yogurts, kombucha.
B vitamins to take or speed up metabolism. That was like a huge thing.
Yeah.
I noticed a big difference with B vitamins. It really does like make your waist smaller. I feel for some reason. I don't know.
Now, how was managing stress very important for you?
I feel like the stress was keeping the weight on me, especially like face wise. So I took a lot of like magnesium, ashwagandha, adaptogens. Because I wasn't drinking alcohol, I had to replace everything with healthier options. So I really got into herbs and yeah, mainly adaptogens. And I don't, yeah, most people don't know about it, but I feel like that was a huge thing for me. It was like amazing. And it makes you like very calm and you just feel healthy and nothing like is worse than a hangover.
Yeah.
So it was like perfect.
Yeah,
Some
that's it in
teas,
tea. Oh my
kava
gosh.
tea. Those are all things that I feel like manage my stress and yeah, it was a huge thing for me.
That was really good. Now, anything that you did for your mindset during this journey?
Mindset. I guess just like visualizing your goals continually and knowing that you can get there. So like staying positive. Yeah, I just always tried to be positive like while I was working out. Even like the days that I stopped midway through a workout, I still tried to be like, at least I did a workout today and got my body moving instead of punishing myself or like feeling guilty. I feel like I had a really healthy relationship with working out, which I didn't have even before when I was like skinnier. I had just like a really healthy relationship with working out.
That's cool. That's really good. I'm sure that wasn't easy to do.
No.
That's good though. That's awesome. Now, is there any advice that you would give for someone who is going on a weight loss journey?
Just being consistent
Yeah.
and like not giving up and then not making excuses for yourself. Just doing it.
Yeah, because it's hard to have motivation, huh?
Yeah.
Well, good. Awesome. All right. Thank you, Ravon, for that. That was really informative, and I'm glad we were able to record it. And you guys are the first to actually see any of interview because I haven't even posted anything about that yet. It was more in detail and longer. That's why I guess still edit it. But this was a really good points that we hit. All right, Bethany. Now, tell us your experience.
Oh, gee. Well, today actually marks the 5 years today I stepped foot in the gym. Like today, the 4th of September.
Man.
And after that first day, I told Andrew I wasn't going to go back because it was terrible. It was terrible. I don't even think I finished the full 30 minutes that first day. I think I had to stop like around zone 7.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it was hard, huh?
Yes, because, like when you're in a corner, like in the fetal position, like dry heaving, that was me the first day at zone 7. So I did go back after that first day and somebody convinced me, oh, we need to do personal training. I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. I really don't want to. But I did as much. And that day too, I vowed, okay, I'm going to do this one time. I'm not going to go back. I'm just going to do it because Andrew asked me to do it. So that'll be done because all personal trainers are not nice. And that was just my mentality from past experience. I'm like, no, this is going to be all about the trainer and I'm just going to not like it. So, but I stuck with it despite being uncomfortable the first year of doing it because when I think back, I couldn't even do a body squat without the bench underneath me to rest on and then stand back up. I remember it vividly.
Yeah.
wow, this is really bad. Like, I'm one of those people that can't even do a squat by myself. So, but over time, 1 year went by, 2 years went by, and I think it was right around COVID, or right when we came out of COVID in 2020, that we did the first like deficit maintenance program with you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when we really saw results. Like, that's when I first saw results. Being in like that low of a deficit, all of a sudden this weight just started to come off. But actually eating more in combination with the deficit is what I think made the weight come off.
Mm-hmm.
I think I started at like 135 or 134, somewhere in that range is where I started. And by the time we finished that first round of deficit maintenance, I think I was down to like 100 or 105.
Yeah, I remember 105.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, now I'm a little too thin, so now we need to put on some weight. But if my memory serves me correctly, I was scared to death to do weights because I thought I was going to get bulky, and I was like, no, I don't want to. Nope, why are we adding weight? Because I'm going to look funny. It's all these muscles, but it actually did the same. Like, you don't realize it. The more weight I lifted, the leaner I became. Which didn't make me look bulky, but gave muscles shape. So here we are 5 years later, still going strong, but with a whole new goal. So then my goal was basically to lose some weight, be in better shape, not be so obsessed with what I looked like, because I was obsessed. Like, I was my worst enemy. Like, you look in the mirror and it's like, okay, I don't like what this looks like, and this is terrible, and I can't go out in public. And then I would break down in tears because I couldn't find an outfit that would look good, and it was just a mess. So now my goal is to compete in a physique competition this time year, the fall of next year. Actually, not just compete, but we're gonna win, right? Yep,
Yes.
we're gonna win.
Absolutely.
So, needless to say, my training regimen has changed significantly in the last 2 months.
For sure. Tell us more about that.
Well, I think I went from training 2 days a week with you, and then we were doing one additional day, right? So two with him, one on our own, to now 6 days a week instead of 3. So Tuesday is my only day of rest from the gym. But it's good though, because we increased the personal training from 30 minutes to an hour, which has made a difference. I don't think I'd be seeing the results. Like, 30 minutes wouldn't be long enough, I don't think, to do what I'm trying to do. 30 minutes in now, sometimes I'm looking like, wow, is the hour not over yet? We still have 30 more minutes. But I'm seeing the results quicker this go around, I feel like. So like today was legs, because I already can't walk, and it just was 12 hours ago.
Yeah.
I already can't move. But like the same day that I do a leg workout now, I already feel the difference in my legs. And each time I do a leg workout, whether it's with you or on my own, I see small changes in some muscle. So it's definitely worth the 6 days a week. It's hard. It is super hard to stay dedicated, because there's some days I'm like, I don't want to go do this today. I'm just tired and I don't want to do it. But if I'm not motivating myself, then I'm lucky, because Andrew will motivate me and be like, okay, we know we got to go. Let's get our shoes on, and once we're there, you'll be fine, which is always true. Once I'm there, I'm fine.
That's good. That's awesome.
It's
super.
Getting in the car. It's leaving the house and getting in the car and going that I have to do. But it's worth it. Each time I go, I'm like, okay, I'm glad I did that. I'm glad I did it. Next day, and I find, surprisingly, I actually push myself more now when I'm on my own, because before I didn't. I would do the workouts on my own, and I'd be like, yeah, let me do my 30 minutes and just kind of get through this as quick as I can. But now I do the heaviest weight that I safely can by myself with, whatever I have available to me. And then do the cardio typically after for anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes, depending on what I did with weights that day. I either jump on the treadmill, walk forward, walk backward, or I get on the stair stepper.
Nice.
So yeah, it's been a journey over the last 5 years, but now I'm in a place where I actually enjoy going to the gym, even on my own, or us together. Where before the only thing we stayed committed to was training with you because we knew we had to, because we were going to be held accountable to it. But now we hold ourselves more accountable, so it's easier.
Awesome. Now tell us more about your dieting.
Oh
Your
gosh.
eating.
The struggle is real when you're trying to figure out your food, especially for someone like me that loves food. Some people eat because they have to eat to survive, right? And other people eat because they love food, and I love food, and not always food that's good for me. So
Yeah.
it's hard to be like, oh, I want those onion rings, but I can't have them right now. So I have my calorie goal, and then the first thing I do is I make sure I hit the protein in the day. If I do nothing else, then I at least want to hit or exceed the protein goal each day. I would say probably 98% of the time I get it. There might be a day or two where I just, for whatever reason, sometimes my body doesn't like when I put too much protein in it, especially if I don't space it out enough. So I have to be very aware to try and not save all my protein for the end of the day, because that just, it's not a good combination for me.
Yeah.
I typically get up, and like Ravan was saying in hers, figuring out a way to get gut health under control. So kombucha didn't work for me. I tried it for like a month and a half every day, and the taste was fine. I mean, it wasn't the taste, but I actually felt more bloated with it. And I was like, okay, this is not working for me. Can't do that anymore. So I found an alternative after doing some research. I found an alternative in a powder form that I mix with my greens. Every morning I do powdered greens and then this powdered colostrum collagen combination that's unflavored. So I mix it in, and then I put the creatine so I don't forget it every day. And I put that in there. And then it's what I do before I do anything else. I get up, I go downstairs, I make that little drink, and I do it before I do anything else so I don't forget. And it's helped me be able to take the higher amounts of protein as I go throughout these weeks. So I've noticed my gut is able to handle it much better now.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
And how long have you been taking it from now?
I would say a month and a half, probably about a month and a half every day. So if it has to be taken consistently, or I could tell it wouldn't work. So I didn't notice a difference until about 2 weeks in after taking it every day.
Okay, that's awesome. Okay, so you had to take it for 2 weeks, and that's when you start seeing the results of it.
Yeah, for me. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Now, how do you get your morning meals in, and then your lunch and your dinner? How do you do it?
So mornings that we work out early. So if we have training with you early, then I typically will have a little something before I train. So normally that's yogurt with maybe a little bit of honey and some fruit, because it's not overly heavy. And then, I typically try to just do the fruit for the carbs because I don't want to really eat bread at that time of the day. And then when we get done with the workout, then I'll come home and I'll eat something that might be a little more carb heavy with a little bit of protein because I've had a bulk of protein with the yogurt.
Mhm.
And if we don't work out in the morning, then I'll do like, I don't know, what do we typically do? Like omelets with like a turkey sausage or a chicken sausage.
That sounds
Um,
good.
Or I do sometimes overnight oats. So I'll put the oats in a jar with my protein powder and powdered peanut butter and banana or something. And then I have it the next day.
That sounds good.
And then usually my other option for breakfast is like protein pancakes, especially the pumpkin ones, because now the pumpkin ones, because it's
I
fall.
love They're
And
so
they're delicious. Yeah, they're delicious. And then lunch is actually my hardest meal, believe it or not. Most people think breakfast, I think most people have breakfast as the hardest, but for me, lunch is the hardest because I get busy throughout the day and I forget about lunch is where my problem is. And so I don't even really know what I make. Tuna sometimes, even though I don't really like tuna, but I eat it anyway because it's high protein and it's getting me results. And so I will eat it because it's doing something.
Do you do the tuna plain?
No, I usually put a little bit of mayonnaise, very, very little, and then Dijon mustard. And then I use garlic powder and then either tagine seasoning, or I bought this one at Trader Joe's that's is it garlic chili flakes? Garlic chili flakes from Trader Joe's.
That sounds good.
That's amazing because it gives it a little kick.
Yeah, that sounds really good, actually. That's not man, for some reason I thought it was like you're eating it from like the can.
No. No.
You put it on top of anything? Like a salad or rice or bean. Or I don't know, beans.
That's weird.
That's something I will do.
Good.
Tuna and beans, not sure. No. If we have rice already made, then sometimes I'll mix it with rice. If we don't have rice already made, then if we have those high fiber tortillas, like the Mission tortillas or the Olay brand, I think they are tortillas. So then I'll put it in there, or I do like I'm at the restaurant and I break the pieces and scoop the tuna, like I'm in a little Indian restaurant eating my food there with my naan bread, you know.
That sounds really good.
Yeah. And then dinners, we kind of just plan them out for the week. Best thing we did was start going to Costco and be able to stock up on all the proteins. And then we just portion them out and we freeze things we weigh it ahead of time and we portion it based on what him and I would be eating.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, so cool. So that helps you, I'm sure, to be like and feel prepared throughout the week instead of having to think about it like right then and there.
Yes.
That made a big difference for you guys then, huh?
It's very different. Yeah, because the one thing that we used to not argue over, but the main thing that we feel like, oh my God, is deciding what to eat. And so now this not only takes the stress away of worrying about what are you going to eat, but it's one less headache for us because on Sunday we go, okay, what are we having Monday, Tuesday? What we talk about it for the week. And then we just know to pull out of the freezer whatever we're going to have for the next day.
What are your go-tos for dinner?
What are our main proteins?
Fish, salmon, cod, tilapia, or shrimp, and then there's or beef, lean beef, like filet, or
I do the lean ground beef sometimes, like in a bowl, like with taco seasoning, or I mix it with rice or sweet potato. I actually love that. That's one of my favorite things to do with ground chicken or ground beef.
Or sometimes we flip and do breakfast for dinner. So instead of doing breakfast in the morning, we'll flip it and do pancakes or egg in a hole or do omelets at night instead.
I like that too. I like breakfast at night.
We do that a lot.
It's so good.
That was today.
That was today.
Oh, that's what you guys have? Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can never get breakfast. That's awesome. That's really cool. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Bethany, for sharing that. No, I really appreciate that. That shows exactly what you have been through and also what you're doing now to make things easier for you, more convenient for you, as well as to prepare for what you're doing, the deficit right now, you know. It's
Mhm.
not easy, but definitely preparation is always key. And you know, you could always change that lunch to with anything else instead of tuna, like chicken or anything.
Chicken, I'm very like picky
Oh,
with
The
chicken.
real good brand chicken.
Oh yes, we do like that, and that's from Costco.
Oh, cool. What about that you like? Real good?
It's so I'm very picky with chicken. I know that's
Mhm.
weird to some people, but like I'm weird with chicken. I'll just leave it at that. And so this looks like real chicken, like not overly processed chicken. And the
Mhm.
macros are good considering it's like a chicken strip. So it's lightly breaded, but when you compare it to I think it's 160 calories for 4 ounces, but like 25 proteins
Mhm.
and very low carbs, like maybe 4 or 5
Mhm.
carbs and 6 or 7 fats. So really the macros I think are good for it being healthy.
Yeah.
Yep. And I pop it in the air fryer and then I either put it on salad or in a wrap with, I love spicy things. So buffalo sauce goes on everything I eat because it doesn't have calories.
Actually.
Yeah, I like spicy.
Man.
I do like sriracha on tuna and mayo.
Oh
Like
yeah.
sriracha
Mm,
mayonnaise tuna
that
thing
sounds good.
on rice, and then I'll put like avocado slices sometimes.
Mm,
That
that
sounds
sounds
good.
Oh,
really
that
good.
does sound good.
What is another lunch you like to eat?
Well, today I made a gigantic acai bowl,
Oh, that sounds good too.
and I put honey and then melted peanut butter all over it, and then kiwi, strawberries, and a protein cereal on top.
Mm.
Oh, that sounds good.
That sounds good. Actually, also what's amazing for people with a sweet tooth, which I also have, is if anybody has a Ninja Creamy machine, I guess you could probably figure this out even without the machine, but we have a Ninja Creamy, and so I found a recipe for a high protein chocolate ice cream that tastes just like a Wendy's Frosty.
Oh my goodness.
You would not know the difference.
Oh, you gotta tell us more. You can't just leave us like that.
It is. Oh, isn't it good? You
Yeah,
tried it.
yeah.
It is good. And so at first I was like, oh, I don't know this because it's a lot of protein. You take one of the Core Power chocolate protein drinks, and you put 2/3 of it in there, and then you take 1 tablespoon of the sugar-free Jello chocolate fudge mix, and you put that in there, and then a scoop of chocolate protein powder. Mix it all together and freeze it, and then the next day you mix it up, add the remainder of your chocolate Core Power, respin it, and then add toppings. I added a couple Oreos this weekend when I did mine because
That
I had
sounds
the
good.
calories and I wanted the Oreos, so I did it.
That sounds amazing.
But it's a really good alternative if somebody loves dessert but has to kind of tailor back what they're doing.
Man, that's like a super high protein dessert. I'm sure that sounds amazing.
I think that's like the key too when losing weight is to just find healthier alternatives to what you already like. I feel like that's what I did a lot of because I did not like eating healthy anymore. So like I just took all the alternatives and I felt like I was like today I made I was really craving those horrible Publix like fattening wedges, the potato wedges. And so I just made my own at home air fried and then with minimal oil. And it was like, the same. Like it tasted really good.
That sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sounds really good. So, Andrew, what is your go-to lunches if you were saying?
Oh boy. Go-to lunches. The tuna's one. The Real Good brand has a pre-made burrito type thing so you can
Ooh.
take along. Another thing, you can dice up or eggs, of course. I like to put eggs with rice. I don't know, that's weird.
That sounds good. I love
I
that.
do that. The chicken, and sometimes the air fryer brand, some of the Tyson brands, they'll have like air fryer chicken tenders or things that you can get that are easy to throw in and kind of pre-cook if you have to be on the road. So usually that it's like a go-to quicker thing, and then the dinner's like a more elaborate or more like time, you take more time to make it thing. But
No, I think that's super important to know because sometimes it's always hard when you're busy throughout the day and just running around. You know, you have to have those easier alternatives. And yeah, you have to be creative as well.
I feel like I eat so similar to them.
Yeah.
I'm like, I feel like these are all our meals
Yeah.
usually, except for the chicken. I don't eat chicken,
Yeah.
but you do.
I definitely eat chicken.
We like our easy meals that are healthy
Yeah.
and fast because nobody has time.
No, we don't.
I think my diet consists of a lot
Lots
of
of
good
eggs.
sugar, lots of eggs. I think I ate 7 eggs. Chicken, rice, beef.
Oh, I like making air fried cod that's breaded myself. So, and I'll do it with egg whites, so I won't use the yolk of the egg, which is fine too, but I'll do that and then panko bread it, or I've done oat flour. That's really good.
Yeah.
And you can put it in.
Change it up.
Oh, she got me into salads as well, big time.
Yeah, I've never liked salads, but now I'm obsessed. But I do put a bunch of croutons.
Croutons are the best part of the salad.
I like have to have a crouton with every bite. And then really good dressing. But I like fit it into my calories.
Yeah, definitely. Man, thank you guys for sharing both of your journeys and what you guys are going through even now. You both are still working hard. I'm actually training Ravon twice a week, and she's getting her program to do solo. But either way,
Yeah.
you've been hustling alone.
I went from like 4 workouts a week to 6. But this week's been hard, but I do 4 minimum.
Oh yeah. And thank you, Bethany, for sharing it again, and thank you, Andrew, for your input as well.
Sure.
And yeah, that'll be good for today.
Awesome.
All right. Thank you.
All right, guys.